Welcome to Amit Thinks YouTube channel. In this video course, learn Microsoft Power BI and its concepts. Power BI is an interactive data visualization software product developed by Microsoft. It is a business intelligence software. Power BI provides cloud-based business intelligence services known as Power BI services along with Power BI Desktop, a desktop-based interface. Power BI is a critical tool for modern business intelligence due to its capability to transform raw data into meaningful insights through interactive dashboards and reports. It supports data-driven decision-making by enabling users to visualize trends, track performance, and identify opportunities in real time. In this course, we have covered the following lessons with live running examples. Let us start with the first lesson. Guys, if you liked the video, you can directly go to our channel and support us by subscribing and joining. Click on the join button. Herein you can support us, by clicking join here. In this lesson, we will understand what is Power BI, its features, and why it is so popular. So let us see. So Power BI is a BI tool by Microsoft. With Power BI, you can easily get data from different sources such as Excel, PDF, even from the internet. And the data can be easily analyzed and converted to meaningful reports, dashboards, different kinds of charts and graphs. Through this, you can easily get help in business decisions by tracking the performance. So Power BI was developed by Microsoft. So if you can easily analyze your data and convert it into reports and dashboards, easily, then it will definitely help an organization in scaling. So I just said Power BI is a BI tool, right? Now you would be wondering, what is BI? That is business intelligence. So in this lesson, guys, we will understand the task of a data analyst. Then we will understand what is BI, that is business intelligence. What is Power BI? What are its features and why Power BI is used? So let us start. First, let us see the task of a data analyst. Consider that a data analyst basically understands the data to get valuable insights from it. And all these things are used to track the performance and scale the organization. That's it. First, the data is prepared. That can include cleaning the data, transforming the data. Let's say there are a lot of duplicates in the data. There are some missing values or some values which are flawed. Then the data analyst prepares the data. It will take that particular raw data and it will convert it into a useful, easy to understand information. As I told before, that it includes fixing the data, that is fixing the inaccurate data. Identifying the missing data, fixing the duplicate values. That's it. Then the second step includes model. So your data is now ready to get modeled after the first step, that is the data preparation step. Now in this step, this step determines how the tables are related to each other. This is done by creating relationships between them. Then comes your visualize. Obviously we all know that if you are looking at a chart, at a graph or an image, then it's way easier to understand when compared with text. Now the step is to visualize. So this data is then converted to reports which are easy to understand. If you are checking a report, then you can easily understand everything about the company, that how the things are going on in a company. Then comes analyze. So analyze, as the name suggests, is used to analyze, that is to find the insights so that the patterns are identified and the outcomes can be predicted. The information displayed in the reports are are interpreted by analyzing them. Then comes your management. That is the last step. All these reports, models, dashboards are managed by the data analyst. All the work related to the supervision of managing the data. Okay, all this that also includes your distribution of reports and dashboards is the work of a data analyst. So guys, now let us see what is BI. Power BI is a BI tool. I told you before. BI means business intelligence. That means to analyze the data and display it in a way it speaks. That means in the form of charts, dashboards, graphs, reports, pie chart, God chart, even clustered, and in many other ways. So obviously if you have a dashboard wherein all the charts are visible, it's way easier to understand than just understanding the text. Okay. In this way you can quickly view it, you can quickly analyze it and track the performance. Also fix the issues quickly because your charts are easily available on the dashboard. Every other detail is on the dashboard. So this automatically helps in taking the decisions. So the BI concept, business intelligence, is a must for any organization. Now comes Power BI. It is a tool by Microsoft that came in 2011 to understand data and build reports and dashboards out of it. So a Power BI is a collection of Power Query, Power Pivot, Power Views, Power BI service. A Power Query means an ETL. Okay, that means to extract, transform and load the data. Consider it as cleaning the data, let's say removing the duplicates. Okay, cleaning the data, fixing your null values as I told before. Then comes your Power Pivot. That means to connect the data from multiple sources and create relationships. Multiple data sources can include your Excel, PDF, from the internet, from text files and others. Then comes your Power Views. That means creating charts, graphs and different kinds of visualizations. That means you can easily create a God chart, column chart and other charts and graphs with the Power Views component. Then comes your Power BI service. That means to communicate with the reports. Okay. The data is also filtered from the visual. You can consider like you can export the data from the visual. Let's say you have a chart. You can filter the data from the chart and export it easily to different formats like CSV. Here are the features of Power BI. I already told you that you can easily create reports and dashboards, create different kinds of charts like a pie chart, column chart. Okay. The second would be data connectivity. That means you can connect to various data sources. Let's say your data is in Excel format, CSV format, PDF, JSON, even cloud services. Then you can easily connect it with your Power BI. And after that you can easily create custom visualizations using R and Python. Power Query, you can perform source and transform the data. That means fix the missing values, you can fix the duplicate values. If there is an incorrect value, you can easily fix it. Okay. It is also having a mobile app, easily access the reports and dashboards you created using the official mobile app. Since it is a Microsoft product, so it has amazing integrations. So amazing integrations with the different other Microsoft products are very easy, like even with your Excel, SharePoint. Okay. With that, after creating the reports, obviously you need to share it, right? So that is also very much easy with Power BI. Easily share reports and collaborations with your team, with your colleagues, okay? And that too in real time. Last one is security. All these features are really secure. It ensures data protection. Let's say you have the revenue details of a company. Obviously, if you are using a tool, it should be secure there. You don't want data leakage, you don't want data theft. So with Power BI, you don't need to worry about all these things. Now, why Power BI? Okay, we all know that there is a large amount of data, and especially the amount of unstructured data crossed over 80% since the introduction of our social media. obviously tools like Power BI is really important, first to collect the data, then to handle it properly so that insights can be generated, and then you can also create reports and dashboards from it. Okay, and display the visualizations so that you can compare the performance and you can track the performance. It streamlines your data analysis and reporting process. It is suitable for businesses of all sizes because you need to analyze the reports, the performance of every company to grow it, right? So Power BI is a must. I told you before that it is a Microsoft product, so the integrations are really easy with SharePoint, Excel, and many other Microsoft products. So guys, we saw Power BI is a BI tool. We also saw what is BI. Why we say that Power BI is a must for data analyst. We also saw the role of data analyst. With that, we also worked around the features of Power BI and why Power BI is so popular in companies, even in small organizations. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand the types and components of Power BI. Let us see. Power BI is a BI tool as we discussed before. It helps you in analyzing and cleaning the data, converting the data into different visual formats such as charts and graphs, so that you can later on create different reports and dashboards and help your organization in scaling, basically tracking the performance. So here are some of the types of Power BI. Power BI desktop, this is the desktop version. Okay, we'll be working on the Power BI desktop version only. That is easy to install on your local system. We'll see later on. Using this, we can easily get data from different sources like JSON, CSV, Excel, even from the cloud. Okay. The second type is Power BI service. Power BI service is a cloud-based service. Okay. It is used to create reports, and using it you can easily edit and collaborate reports. You can share your reports. The sharing can be done with the people in your organization, with your colleagues, okay, with your managers. Okay. Now let us see the components of Power BI. Let us quickly understand. We saw that using Power Query we can extract data from different sources, different databases. Okay, the sources can include your Excel, CSV, different websites, even from the cloud or databases like SQL, MySQL, Oracle. Then Power Pivot, it is basically for modeling. That means you can easily create relationships between different tables and you can perform calculations with the DAX, data analysis expressions. We will see this concept later also. So DAX is basically a powerful formula language used in Power BI to perform data analysis and create complex calculations. Okay. Then comes your Power Map. Well, you must have guessed it that it is related to your geospatial data. That is representing the geographical data. So Power Map visualizes geospatial data in 3D. Then your Power BI website, you can easily create reports directly on your official website. And Power BI is also having mobile apps so that you can easily share your reports and dashboards. The app is also available for your iOS devices, your Windows, as well as Android. So guys, we saw what are the types and components of Power BI. This shows how powerful Power BI is for tracking the performance of your organization. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand the difference between Power BI, Tableau and Excel. We all know these three tools are really important. Excel came first, then came Tableau, and then Power BI was launched. Let's see. Okay, as I told you before, Excel came before both Power BI and Tableau, and Power BI is a recent introduction to analysis and BI. Okay. Data visualization, all three of them works great for creating charts and graphs. Okay, but as we all know, Excel only creates simple data visualization as compared to Power BI and Tableau. The best of the visualizations are considered in Tableau only when we compare it with Power BI and Excel. Okay, your Tableau is written in the following languages including Python and Java. Your Excel, because it dates back to even before 1990 when there was no Java and Python. Okay, it is written in C++, Objective-C and other technologies. Power BI is written in Python, M and DAX, that is data analysis expressions. Your Power BI is unavailable for Mac. You can still go to your web browser on Mac and work on it, but it is unavailable currently for Mac. Tableau and Excel are available for all the three operating systems including Mac. So Excel we all know developed by Microsoft, Power BI is developed by Microsoft, but Tableau is now owned by Salesforce because Salesforce acquired Tableau software. Power BI is cheaper than Tableau and Excel is cheaper than both Power BI and Tableau. Okay, the cost of Tableau also depends on the organization. If the size of the organization is very much scaled, then Tableau would be more costly. Okay, processing of Power BI and Tableau is quite quick and far better than Excel. We all know that. What will happen if you load large amount of data on Excel? Let's say you created an Excel file with lots of rows and columns, then loading issues can occur. Then data analytics capabilities, Excel is not better than Tableau and Power BI, we all know. The analytics capabilities of Power BI and Tableau is quite good, but still it is considered that Tableau wins the race in the analytics capabilities. Reports, Excel is having limited capabilities in report creation. Okay, so reports are more interactive when you work with Power BI and Tableau. When we analyze dataset, I just gave an example of Excel file. Let's say you have heavy Excel files, large Excel files with lots of rows and columns, then Excel may create issues. Okay, but Power BI and Tableau easily supports a lot of different formats, and even if the file is huge, there won't be any such problem with Power BI and Tableau. Enterprises, generally Excel is preferred by small enterprises and Power BI and Tableau are mostly preferred by large enterprises. Power BI is also a software that can be used by small enterprises. Okay. So guys, we saw the difference between one of the top 3 tools for analyzing data, creating visualizations, creating reports. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand the versions of Power BI. So you have your Power BI Pro as well as Power BI Premium. So let us see the difference and check which of them is freely available. Now here it is. First comes your free account, then you have Power BI Pro $10 per user per month. Then you also have Power BI Premium $20 per user per month. Okay. The difference is here, the more priced one will have all the features obviously. But if you are starting with the Power BI, go for the free version, and in this tutorial we'll be covering only the free version. Okay, you can easily create Power BI reports and share and collaborate with the Power BI Pro and Premium versions. Okay, you cannot do this with the free version. Okay, specifically publishing the reports. Okay, like sharing and collaborating with your team members, with your colleagues. Advanced AI you cannot expect it in the free version, even in the Pro version, but your Premium version comes with advanced AI data flows and data marts. So advanced data flows in Power BI are a powerful feature for data preparation and transformation. Okay, advanced data marts in Power BI are designed to provide data preparation and analysis, significantly enhancing performance with large data sets. Okay, so These three features are not available for the free and pro version, but it is available for the premium version. And as I told you before, we can create reports in all of them, but we cannot share and collaborate the reports with the free version. Okay. Now here is the official link wherein you can check the differences, and if the prices will change, it will get updated here. Let us see the link. So guys, here is the official link. Okay. I told you the free version, the pro version, as well as the premium version. It also has an embedded version. For that, there is no price visible here, because this is a custom plan you can consider, and you can directly contact sales here. So here are the differences. I discussed the same. So in this course, we'll be covering the free account. So guys, we saw what is the difference between the versions of Power BI, the free Power BI version, the pro version, as well as the premium version. If you want a custom plan, you can go for the embedded version. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will learn how to install the current Power BI version on Windows 10. So we will install the free version, that is Power BI desktop. Let's see. Go to the web browser. On Google, type Power BI desktop and press enter. Now the official website is visible. Power BI is owned by Microsoft. Click on it. Okay, you will reach the following link, the download section. Go below. Here Power BI is visible. You can select the language. I'll keep the default English, and click the download button. Now you can see different versions are visible. I'll go for the 64-bit exe file. If you're not sure about the version, go to start, type about, and click open. Here it's written x64. Okay, that means 64-bit. Therefore, I'll go for the following version, 544 MB. Click download. Now the download started. Let's wait. Guys, we have downloaded the exe file. Right click and click open to begin the installation. Minimize. Select the language. I'll keep the default, and click next. Now click next. Accept the agreement. Click next. Now Power BI will get installed in the following location. Keep it as it is and click next. It will also create a desktop shortcut. Okay, click install. Now it will install on our Windows 10 system. We have successfully installed. Click finish. It will launch on its own. Okay, let's say I'll uncheck this and click finish. Now to start Power BI, you can either click on the desktop shortcut, or you can go to start and type Power BI and click open. So Power BI will open for the first time. We saw how to easily download and install Power BI on Windows 10. Thank you for watching the video. In this video, we will learn how to install the current Power BI version on Windows 11. We will install the free Power BI desktop version. Let's start. At first, go to the web browser. On Google, type Power BI desktop and press enter. Now the official website is visible. It is owned by Microsoft. Click on it, the first link. Now here is the official website. Go below and the Power BI desktop version is visible. Download it from here. You can select any language. I'll go for the default. and click download. Now you can see two versions are visible. I'll go for the x64. Why? Because my system is Windows 11 x64. If you want to check, go to start, type about and click here about your PC, click open. Herein you can see it's written 64-bit operating system x64. That means the following x64. Okay. Now I'll click download and this file will download. The download started. Let's wait. The exe file downloaded for Power BI desktop. Right click and click open to begin the installation. Minimize. Now the setup started. Select the language. I'll go for English. You can select any language and click next. Now click next. Accept the terms. Click next. Now Power BI will get installed in the following location under C drive. Click next. A desktop shortcut will also get created. Okay, click install. Now Power BI will install. Power BI installed successfully. When I'll click finish, it will launch on its own. Or you can uncheck this and click finish. Now the desktop shortcut is also visible. Here it is. You can click on this to open, or you can go to start, type Power BI, and it's visible Power BI desktop because we installed it. Click open. Now Power BI will open for the first time. Now Power BI opened successfully. So Power BI opened for the first time. So guys, we saw how we can download and install the current Power BI version on Windows 11. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see how we can easily get the data from Excel in Power BI. With Power BI, you can use different data sources. Okay, so let us see from where we can upload the data and load it on our Power BI. Now let us open Power BI after installing. So when you'll open Power BI, the following interface would be visible. Directly click here to select a data source. Now I'll just click on blank report. Okay, here it is. Now the exact interface is visible. You can import the data from Excel, from SQL Server. Okay, you can paste the data into a blank table or use sample data. You can also click on get data from another source to get the list of all the data sources. Or the best way would be to click here get data, and all the data sources are visible. You can also go for the text or CSV if you have your data in these files, even from the web. Currently I'll just click Excel workbook because my data is in Excel workbook. I'll click. Now here is our location wherein all our Excel files are visible. Our data is in store. I'll just right click and 16 KB file first. Now herein you can see we have around we have some columns and around 3000 rows of data. Okay, and it includes like a store data, a mart data you can consider with order ID, date, ship date, the name of the customer, country, city, the category of the product, product name, even sales, quantity and profit. Okay, so this will be our sample data, a sample Excel, store.xlsx. I'll close it. Now here is the data. I'll just click open. Now here it is. It is showing us the workbook, My Store. I was having the My Store workbook. You can also check again. So this was our location. We were having store.xlsx. Click on it. And here was the Excel workbook, My Store. Okay. I'll click cross. Now here is the same data. We selected the same workbook. Now here two options are visible, load and transform data. Now what does that mean? Okay, transform data is a step in the data import process that will allow you to clean, manipulate and prepare our data for analysis. So let's say you have some duplicate values in the data, you have some missing values or incorrect values, you can easily fix it here by clicking transform data. Okay, this step, transform data, will clean the data, handle missing values, remove duplicates. It is also used to combine data from multiple sources. Okay, transform data means to enhance the data quality, the data consistency, because it will fix the data. Right now our data is perfect, so what I'll do, I'll just click on load. Now our data will load. It will take some time. So now you can see our data loaded. So where it is visible, it's visible here, data, My Store, and here is our data. So all the fields are visible. We also have sum of sales, quantity and profit here. You can also drag it here like this and this accordingly. So guys, we saw how we can get the data from Excel workbook in our Power BI. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand how we can create a God chart in Power BI. First, we will understand what is a God chart. Then we will create it under Power BI. We will also learn how to format it, add different colors and work around it. Let us start. So Power BI includes a lot of data visualization components. One of them is God chart. Okay, so a God chart easily displays information on a radial scale. You must have seen your car speedometer. It includes a needle that displays a scale, the current scale also while you are driving, and the maximum also. So the needle points to the current value within the predefined range. Okay. Or you can also display your percentage of the sales target using the God chart. Here is the example. We all know this speedometer in a car. This is the God chart. Right now the car is halted, so the speedometer is on 0. When it goes on, the speedometer increases accordingly, and the maximum limit is here. The same is written here. A God chart is a type of data visualization that displays a single value or a range of values relative to a specific goal or target. Okay, so right now we have shown a basic example here. It is a circular or arc shaped. There is a needle or a pointer. Okay, car speedometer is the best example. It displays the limit. Okay, it can be 120. Here it is 220. So in this lesson we will see first how to create a God chart. Then we will format it. We will also change the God chart color, and the data labels will also be enabled to change the font color, units and others easily. Let us now create a God chart. So guys, if you remember, we successfully loaded our data. Here it is, My Store. Okay, My Store was the Excel workbook. We imported it. Now we will create a God chart. First, what I'll do, I'll save it. File, save as. You can save it at any location. Let's say I'll save it under documents. Okay, I'll name it. The extension of your Power BI file is .pbix. I'll name it, let's say Okay, Amit PowerBI underscore got chart. Save. Now we have saved it. Here it is. Okay, let us create our got chart. First select sum of sales because we will be using it to create our got chart. Just select it. Okay, if it's not visible data, you can click here, collapse. Now it is visible here, data. Here it is. I'll click sales and it will automatically create a clustered column chart. Here it is. Okay, you can increase the size so that it is visible to you. You can also drag this here, or filters we'll check later. I'll click here. Now it's fine. Now we want to create a got chart. So just click here, and here are your visual charts, and you need to find the got chart. Okay, just beside your card on the left you can see gauge. Click on it. Now this will convert to got chart. Here it is. Okay, now what does this represent? We are not showing a needle right now, but what this basic got chart represents. This shows a got chart displaying the sum of sales. Okay, here it is visible, sum of sales. We selected the same here. The gauge has a scale ranging from 0.0 to 1.45. Okay, here it is. The scale maximum, just like in your car. The gauge is partially filled with blue. Here it is, representing the current sales value, which is 725k around. Okay, so that's it. We can easily create our got chart. Now you would be wondering how to visualize it, how to change the color of this chart. Let's say I want to change the color. Select this, click on the visual here. Select this and click on here. This is format your visual. Here it is. Now under visual you need to click on colors. Here it is, visual colors. Right now it's this color. You can change it. Let's say I'll take it to the following, and now you can see we successfully changed it. Okay, or we can change it to any color. I just added this. I'll click here. Let's say I'll click this. Now this looks fine. Okay, so we successfully changed the color. Now what about the data labels? We can easily enable the data labels of the got chart and change the font color, display units and others. So for that, click here again and go to close this. Go to data labels. It's on, that's why the data labels are visible. But we can also format it. Here the font is visible. You can change the color also. Okay, let's say I'll go to here and change the color to the following. Now the new color is visible. If you want to change the font value, it's only 12. I'll change it to 15. Let us change it to 10 and see the difference. It's very less. I'll change it to 18, let's say. How about this? Press enter and it's fine. If you want to set bold, italic and underline, you can do it. Okay, I'll close this. Now you can see the title is also visible. You can also change it. Go to journal, click title, it's on. It's 14. Let me change it to 22, let's say. Here it is, sum of sales. You can also change the heading. Let's say I'll set it to heading 2. It's fine now. Text you can change from here. You can also bold it. Let's say I'll click bold and now it looks amazing. Also set the background color, alignment. You can also set subtitle. It's off. You can on it. You can also set a divider, effects and other things you can play around. Keep the mouse cursor and the tooltip is visible. You can also on or off the tooltip. So in this way guys, you can create a got chart and play around the visuals to make it more amazing. After that you can go to file and save it. Our file was Amit PowerBI underscore got chart. So it was under documents. Okay, Amit PowerBI got chart and we just created it. Okay, .pbix. So guys, we saw how we can easily create a got chart. We first understood what is a got chart with the speedometer example. and we created a basic God chart. After that, we also changed the font, the color of the God chart, and did some other amazing stuff. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand what is the column chart and how we can create a column chart in Power BI. With that, we will also format the column chart after creating it. Let us see. So a column chart basically uses vertical bars to represent data, as shown in the following figure. You must have seen this chart before. It is also considered as a vertical bar chart. Okay. The height of each bar is proportional to the value it represents. Each category is represented by a vertical bar. The same is visible here. It includes the horizontal as well as the vertical axis. Obviously, the horizontal axis typically displays the categories, which is the x-axis, and the vertical axis, that is the y-axis, displays the values. Here are the different types of column charts. The simple column chart to display only a single series of data. We have stacked, clustered, 3D column as well as interactive column chart. The stacked column chart is used to stack on top of each other. That means it will display multiple series stacked on top of each other. Clustered column chart will display multiple series side by side. The 3D column chart displays the data in 3D format, three-dimensional format. An interactive column chart would allow users to hover, click, or even to click on a chart to drill down so that you can see the entire information, that is more information section. Here we will see how we can create a column chart. Then we will also learn how to format it. We will also change the column chart color and enable the data labels also. We would also see how to change the font color units easily. Okay, let us see the example. So we created this in the previous example, God chart. We already loaded the data in the form of our Excel workbook. Here it is, my store. So what I'll do, first I'll go to File, Save As. Under Documents, I'll save it as Amit _ Power BI. Okay, .pbix is the format, so I'll save it. Now all our examples will be inside this file only. So we created this God chart. So here, page 1, I'll just right click and click rename to write Gauge. Okay, so this is our God chart under a single project, which is fine, which is great to evaluate other projects quickly also. So I'll just click plus here, and now right click and rename. So I'll rename it as column chart. Okay, here it is. So now our example is here. We will create a column chart here. We already loaded the data, so we don't need to load it again. So all our projects will be under Amit _ Power BI .pbix. Okay, now let's say we will create a column chart. Okay, so here under your visualizations, we can see the second one, stacked column chart. So I'll just click here without selecting any of the column. Here it is, stacked column chart. Click stacked column chart. Now here it is. I'll just drag it and expand it so that it's easily visible. Now guys, I'll be creating a column chart with the category and sum of profits column, so that I can see profits according to category. Select category and select sum of profits. Now we have a result. I should expand it here. Okay, now you can see category wise the sum of profit is visible. Okay, so it automatically placed the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so now the x-axis represent the category and the y-axis represent the sum of profit. So now you can see it's so easy to understand the chart. If you'll keep the mouse cursor, the exact category name with the value, that is the sum of profit, would be visible. So here we created a basic column chart, okay, using the stacked column chart section. Here we are only displaying the sum of profit by category. Okay. Now let us format it. Click on it here and click format your visual. Under this, go to columns here and you can see the color of the column is this. I'll click here and change it to the following. Okay. In this way you can also easily change it. You can also set the transparency. Okay, but I'll keep it at 0%. Okay, now here I'll click color and close it. You can also set specific category wise settings here, but I'll set completely. I'll set all. Okay, I'll click layout now. You can also set the space between categories. It's 20% right now. Okay, here it is, it changed. I'll keep it to the default 20%, or I'll just type 20 and press enter. Now it's fine. I'll click close. Now here it is data labels. Now here data labels are visible. It's off. You can see we need to keep the mouse cursor for the category values, sum of profit. I'll just click on and now it looks amazing. Click on data labels again. After clicking it on series, all is selected by default. Click color. We already set it. Click on x-axis. This is the following size x-axis. It's 9. Let's say I'll set it to 12 and you can see it's more visible now. I'll just drag it. It's clearly visible now. Okay. Let's say I'll set it to 14 or 13, I guess. You can also set bold. I'll click B and it is bold now. So change the color and also set the maximum height. Do the same for y-axis. Y-axis is the following. Okay. Here it is values. It's 9. I'll set it to 12. Oh, sorry, 13. 13 looks fine. Bold. Okay. Now the title is also visible. Sum of profit. I'll click here and format it. So it is under your y-axis. That means sum of profit the following. I'll set it to, let's say, 18. Now it's fine. Also change the color. Here it is. Okay. Now I'll go to x-axis and we will change the title text for category. Here I'll set it to 18 and I'll also change the color to what we did before, same. Now we have the same color for the title. Now this was for XY axis. I'll click journal now and the title, entire title, sum of profit by category will change. Here it is. We can change it from here or I'll set it to heading 2 directly. Okay. Bold. It should be like 20. Okay. I can also set it to center. It looks fine now. Now I think everything looks fine. You can also set a subtitle here for your basic column chart. Okay. You can also set alt text here for the screen readers. We are creating a column chart to display sum of profit by category. Okay. Now we have completed it. Go to file, save. Now Amit underscore PowerBI.pbix will have a God chart and a column chart in a similar file and it is based on your data. Click on it and you can see which columns we selected. So in this way guys, we can easily create a basic column chart. We saw what is a column chart, what are the types of column chart. We also saw an example. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will understand what is a card in Power BI. We will see how to create a card also. So let us see. So you can consider cards as indicators giving the values like I have shown it here. This I have created on Power BI only, and you can see the representation here. It displays a single value, like you can see the sum of quantity here, another one with sum of sales, and another one with sum of profit. As you can see, it is a quick snapshot of your important data points, okay, from your data itself. These cards can be updated, change the font color, the background color also, the text color. Also, you can allow users to click on them and get more information about a particular card. Format it completely according to your the design of your report. Now let us see how to create a card in Power BI. So here is a Power BI under Amit underscore Power BI project. We created a God chart. Then we created a column chart. Now click plus to add a new page. Okay, after selecting, now type the name cards. Now we have our cards page under our Power BI, and this is our data. These are the categories I told you before. Okay, now let us create a card. Now just select sum of profit here. Check it, and it created a custom column chart on its own. Place it here. Now we will convert this to a card. Select this, go to visualizations. Now click here. Here is the card, and it will convert to a card here. Okay, you can drag it anywhere you want. Let's say I'll drag it here only. This looks fine. In this way we can easily add multiple cards. Okay, now let's say I'll again click on sum of sales. I'll just select and I'll place it here. After that I'll just click card and it will convert. Now I'll just drag and place it here. Now the last one, let's say I'll also create another card, sum of quantity. Here it is. Now place it here and again create a card. Click on the card and that's it. Now we have sum of quantity, sum of sales and sum of profit. Okay, so in this way guys, we can easily create cards in Power BI. In the next lesson we will see how to format these cards and how to even update it based on columns. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how to format the cards. So we created the cards easily. Now we will learn how to format it. Let's see. So you can easily format a card by updating the text size, color and the background to match the design of your report. So right now we will just change the card color as well as the shape of the card. Okay. So let us see. So guys, this was our Power BI under Amit underscore Power BI project and the page cards. We created the following in the previous lecture. Now let us see how to format it. First we will change the card color. Let's say I'll click here. Okay, then I'll go to here and click format your visual. Here click the journal tab. Under effects, click the background. So background is white right now. Let's say I'll click and change it to the following, and we have changed it successfully, the background color. Okay, you can also do other stuff. Set the transparency by clicking here like this also, or I'll keep it the default 0%. You can also set the title here. Okay, set the title here. You can also set the format of the title, heading 1, heading 2 till heading 6. Okay, we won't do it, so I'll switch it off. So in this way guys, we change the card color. Now we will change the shape of this card. First I'll just select all of them and give them the same color. I'll click here and click control. Okay, now we have selected all of them. Go here again, journal, effects and the background color. Okay, now I'll just click here and select them so that all of them are selected. Now we have changed the background color for all the cards. Now we will change the shape. For that you need to select them again. Let's say I'll click here, here and here. Now I'll just go to format your visual, journal, effects, and here we change the background before. Go to visual border, off, and you can change the shape. I'll just give them rounded corners. Let's say I'll place 30 px. I'll type 30 and press enter, and we have added rounded borders to our cards easily. Okay, I'll select them again using control. Here it is, journal, effects, visual border, it's on, and we have set the visual border. You can also change the color and the width of your border from here, as well as you can set the shadow from here by clicking on. So in this way guys, we saw how we can easily set the card color as well as shape. We just added rounded corners. Go to file and click save. So we have saved it under our Amit_PowerBI project and under the cards page. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will understand how we can update the cards. So we created the cards and then formatted them. Now we can update them easily based on records. Let us see. We will be updating our cards according to the columns now. First we will create any chart and then update the card values based on the chart. Okay, so let's see how we can achieve it. So here was our Power BI. Under Amit_PowerBI project, we created a cards page and we have set 3 cards. Okay, we can just align them like this. Now let us see how we can update the cards based on columns. Now guys, what we'll do, we'll go to visualization section and click on the filled map, and here it is. Okay, now I'll select sum of sales based on state, and here it is. Okay, now what will happen? This will show you sales in a particular state. It will update. Now let's say I want for Arizona. When I kept my mouse cursor, it's visible, but I'll click here and now your card will also change completely. Here it is. It was 35,000. That means 35k, and it's visible here, sum of sales. When I'll keep here again, the state was Arizona. Okay, so in this way guys, we also updated our sales. Now let's say I'll click on Washington, and you can see it updated. Okay, sum of sales were around 138k, and the same is visible, 138k, and when you'll keep the mouse cursor, you can easily verify. So in this way guys, we updated the card accordingly. After selecting the filled map visual, we saw the sales according to states by just selecting it, and it updated the cards accordingly. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can easily create a table in Power BI. We will create a table and display records. Let's see. So we can easily display data in tabular format with Power BI. So you can create a table and display records. You can also sort the table values, only add selected columns. With that, remove a column from the table. Now let us see an example to create a table. we created a project Amit underscore Power BI. Now let me create a new page. Here I'll select and name it tables. Okay. Now we already loaded our data, our Excel workbook, and this was our data. Okay, these are our columns. Now let us create a table. Go to visualizations panel, click table. It will get created here. You can resize it like this. Let's say I resized it. I'll just minimize it. I'll just drag it. Okay, now this looks fine. You would be wondering from where the data would be visible. Okay, so the loaded data's columns are visible here. We will click the columns for which we want the data on our table. We will only select some columns. You can drag them here. I'll start with category. Okay, then you can go for sum of profit. Second one, I am dragging it here under the columns. Then your sum of quantity. Here it is. Okay, then your sum of sales. Here it is. And it's visible here. The table is visible. You can also shuffle it. So let's say I just want sum of sales after the category here in the table. So I'll just drag it and here it is, sum of sales. Then I want sum of quantity and the last would be profit, obviously. And here is our table. Okay, you can take it like this and drag like this. Okay, now you would be wondering how we can sort the table values. Okay, to sort it, select the arrow key. When you keep the mouse cursor here, the arrow key would be visible. Let's say I place it on sum of quantity. It got sorted in descending order. I'll do it again and it will get sorted under ascending order. Okay. Also we can remove any column from the table. How? Click the cross sign. That's it. Which cross sign? Here it is. If you want to remove any of the columns now, you can just click cross here. That's it. Let's say you want to remove sum of sales. Just click the cross for the specific column, that is sum of sales. So guys, we saw how we can easily create a table. In the next lesson, we will see how we can easily format the table, because you can see the font is less. The color we can easily change and we can easily update the design later on. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see how we can easily format a table in Power BI. So we created a table, added columns. Now we will see how to format a table. Okay, so formatting means you can resize the table, change the design, the background color and other stuff. So in this lesson, we will change the font size, color and background color. Color means the text color. We will also format the column headers. We will style the table and also set the table title easily with Power BI. Let us see. So here we created a table. We added 4 columns to it: category, sum of profit, sum of quantity and sum of sales, and the total was also visible. We also saw how we can sort it and how we can remove a column in the previous lecture. Now let us see how to format it. Okay, select the table. Under the following visualizations pane, click on format your visual. Then go to values. And here you can change the font color easily. Okay, let's say you want to set the font color to 14. I'll do it 14. This looks fine now. Now you can drag it and it looks fine. Let's say you want to change the background color or text color. So we can do that. Let's say first I'll change the text color to the following. For the following background color, I'll just set it to this. Now you can see the background color changed. For alternate columns, now this looks fine. You can also change the alternate background color. That means the following here. Let's say under tables, under bookcases, you can also update it later on your own. Now we will see how to format the column headers. You can see the column headers are not quite visible. So for that, keep the mouse cursor again. Go to the same format your visual. Under that, column headers are visible. Go to text and change the font size. I'll set it to 15 and now it is easily visible. 15 and now it's visible. Okay. You can also set the color. So I'll just set the background color to, let's say, this black. Okay. Now the text color is not visible. So I'll set it to white. Now this looks fine. In this way, guys, you can easily format the column header. Now to style the complete table, what you can do, click here. So we will use the predefined designs. Okay. Under the same visualizations, go to format your visual. Go to the visual tab. Here it is. Then go to style presets and the default one is here. You can change it. Let's say I'll change it to, just to show, I'll change it to flashy rows and you can see it changed completely. It's looking fine. Okay. If you want to return back, you can just select the table again and click default. So you can style the table easily. Now let us set the table title and format it. Select, go to format visual, under visual, go to journal tab and toggle the title to on. Here it is, it's on now. Click it and set the title. Okay, let's say profit by category. Now your title is visible but the font is not quite visible, so I'll just change it to heading 2. After that, text color you can change if you want, and also the background color. Okay, let's say the background color, I'll set it to the following. Okay, this is fine. And I'll again go here. Okay, journal title, and I'll just set it to bold also, and in the center, alignment at center. Okay, with that we can also go to visual again, and what I did before, I just set the column header to text color white and background color black. Okay, again I'll do it. I'll just drag it. Visual values, and here I'll set the text color to the same only. I'll change the background color. Okay, this looks fine now. Okay, so in this way, guys, we can create a table and easily style it. You can save it, file, save. Now you have created a table easily. Okay, the total is also visible. In this way, you can change the design of the table also, format the text, the font size, the font color, the background color, the header color also, and even the title. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see what is conditional formatting in a table. With that, we will also implement it in Power BI. So this is a feature that applies specific formatting based on the values or conditions of your data. Like you can easily format specific columns, set icons for records. You can set different font color, text color, and background color for each column. With that, you can also highlight key trends, specific data points, so that when your table would be set in a report, the context is more insightful and visually appealing. So let us see. So now we will see how to set a color on a table column. with conditional formatting. With that, we will also set an icon on a table column. So let us see the examples. Okay, so here was a table. We created a table. Now first I'll click here and go to format your visual, style presets, and I'll set none. Okay, now we have our basic table here without any proper formatting. So I'll just click a table again, go to format your visual, column headers. I'll just set it to, let's say, black color. Okay, and text color to white. So now what we'll do, we will do the conditional formatting. Okay, for that, first we will set the background color for the column values. Select the table. After that, what you need to do, you need to go to, let's say, any of the columns, sum of sales. I'll click the arrow. You can see the arrow. Click on it. Then go to conditional formatting and click background color. Now a new section would be visible. Background color sum of sales. Okay. Now we will set the color for the maximum value, that is for the maximum sales. For that, here in field sum of sales by default selected. Summarization is sum by default. Here minimum is for the lowest value and maximum for the highest value. Keep the default and click OK. Now, okay, so this color would be visible for the highest values and this for the lowest value. I'll click OK. Now here you can see the sum of sales is visible and you can see the color. I told you for the highest value, the color would be the darkest, okay, and it will go down when the values go down. The minimum one would be what the lightest one would be for the lowest value. That means 923. So as I told, the darkest color means the highest value, whereas the lightest one represents the lowest value. Okay, so this is how we can set conditional formatting. I'll just sort it. After that, the things would be more clear. Now here you can see the color, the highest one and the lightest one based on the value. So this is how you can set the conditional formatting. So here I have sort using the descending value. When I'll click here again, it would be according to the ascending value. So the minimum on the top and the darkest in the bottom. So in this way, guys, we can easily set colors with conditional formatting. Now let us see how we can set the icons. Okay, let me sort it according to, let's say, sum of profit. I'll click here. Now it looks fine. Now let us set icons also. Click on the table. Under the columns, click the sum of profit. Here it is. Click the arrow. Now go to conditional formatting. Herein icons are visible. Click on it and now again the section is visible. Let's say I want to set a specific one for sum of profits. By default, the styles are visible for the arrows. So here I'll just click and select arrows. Okay. Now let's see what will happen. Later on we will understand this. Okay. Now you can see on the basis of sum of profit, the values are visible. The up arrow means the highest value, whereas the down arrow means the lowest value. Since we have sorted it, therefore the following is visible. Now let us sort it. I'll click here and you can see. Now the category with the least sum of profit is on the top and the maximum in the bottom. I'll change it again. And you can see the copier category, the accessories category are having more profit than the lower ones. So in this way, guys, we can easily use conditional formatting to set an icon. So you can easily set it like this. I'll click here again and I'll go to sum of profits and click conditional formatting. Then I'll click your icons. So here was the exact thing. If the value is greater than 0 and less than 20%, the below arrow would be visible. In this way, the upper value would be visible for these values 80 to 100, the middle one for 40 to 60. So this is how things were working. You can also change the style from here. More changes you can do. Click OK and here it was visible. So guys, we saw how we can use conditional formatting. Okay, we have easily set different colors for a column based on records. We have also set an icon to display like this. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand what is a filter and how we can create a filter in Power BI. Okay, filters, as the name suggests, is used to narrow down the results to be displayed. Okay, so if you are adding your data to reports and creating visualizations, if you can narrow it down, then what can be better than narrowing your data to understand it completely, to let the performance be easily tracked. Okay, let's see. So filters, you can understand it based on a specific criteria. Let's say you want sales for a particular region, let's say North India. So you can filter down your complete data, your complete data set, complete data source, so that you can get a specific result. Okay, so obviously it will ease in analyzing. If the analysis is easy and can be easily understood, then the insights can be easily drawn. And in that way, the performance can be easily tracked and worked upon to increase the sales. Okay. So herein we will work around filters. There are mostly 3 types of filters. You can set a filter on this page only, the page you're working, or you can set filters on all the pages. And also you can set filters on a particular visual. So when we'll see an example, then the things would be more clear. So let us see. So here was our Power BI. We created a project Amit_Power BI. For this filter lesson, I'll click plus to create a new page. Select and rename it. Let's say I'll set filters, and that's it. So the following was our data. We already loaded our data before. We are having the following columns here, including sum of profit, quantity, sales, and ship date. Easily you can guess that this is the store data or a mart data or a supermart data. So let us create a filter. Here is the section. Click here. You can see the filters on this page and filters on all pages section. Okay. Let us create a pie chart first. So pie chart you can consider as a circular graphical representation of data that displays how different categories contribute to a whole. Okay. It is having a circular shape. Slices represent categories. Okay. Size of each slice is proportional to its value. And all the slices would be equal to 100%. Okay. So we'll create a simple pie chart for our example. Herein go to the visualizations pane. Under that you can see different charts are visible, graphs are visible. So herein select the pie chart. Here it is. Click on it. Now you can drag it or you can keep it as it is. Keep it here. Select it and herein we will select sales and state columns. So we are creating a filter for sales on the basis of state. I'll select sum of sales and state. Okay. Here it is. It created our pie chart. I'll just maximize it. Okay, now it's fine. State and sum of sales. Okay. Now it's fine. Now you can go here and format visual. You can go to detail labels, values, and herein you can change the font size. Let's say I'll set it to 12, or let's say I'll set it to 15. Now we have our pie chart. Now you can also see the filters on this visual. It automatically added state and sum of sales. Okay. Now let's say you want to get the data for a specific category. So what you can do? Can you see add data fields here? So just drag this here, category, and add data fields. Okay. Here it is. Now this is the filter. It's written basic filtering type. So we will see the basic filtering only, and other columns are visible here, state and your the second one, state, and below we have our sum of sales column. Here it is, sum of sales. Now we have our category all, and it's a filter type. Now let's say I'll select accessories first. I'll select accessories category, and the pie chart will update. Here it is, the pie chart updated. Here is the pie chart updated. Instead of all the categories, it is now showing us the accessories category. You can do for let's say bookcases here, and here it is, it changed completely and the states are also visible. I'll again do it for accessories, and you have set a filter. Okay, I'll just click here and I'll just go to legend and text. I'll just change it to 15. This is also clearly visible. Anyway, so we just added a filter here, and we have set the basic filtering based on the category for sum of sales in a particular state. Okay, I'll remove this bookcases. Now only accessories is visible for our filter. So in this way, guys, you can easily select a specific category, set filters. In Power BI, we worked on the filters on this visual section to display sum of sales in all the states for a particular category, accessories. Okay, you can see California. I'll keep the cursor, and the sum of sales for accessories in California is the highest. So it filtered down, narrowed down your data to be displayed. So guys, we saw how we can filter your data with the filtering option in Power BI. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see what is a slicer and how we can create it in Power BI. So you can easily relate your slicer with filters. Let's see. So slicing, you can easily consider them as interactive filters. So filters we already discussed before. It is to narrow down your data. It is to get a specific data. Let's say you want sales for a specific region from your data. Let's say North India. Okay. Let's say for a particular state. We saw an example before related to filters to get the sum of sales for a specific state in the US. In this way, we have interactive visual filters in the form of slicers. You can easily filter your charts, maps, even reports easily with slicers. Okay. As I said before, you can relate slicers and filtering. So slicers are another way of filtering. So now we will see how we can easily create a slicer in Power BI. Let's see. So this is a Power BI. Okay. We created a filter before to filter the sum of sales by state for a specific category. Now we will create a slicer. So I'll just click plus here, and I'll rename slicers, let's say. So this was our data. You can check the columns also of our data. We already loaded the data. Now just go here and click slicer. Here it is. Click on it and it's visible here. I'll just expand. Now guys, what we will do, right now there is no data in the slice. Therefore now we will add a column. let's say we will add a category column. Click here and select category from here, and here it is, category is now visible. Okay. Now we will create a table on this same canvas only, so that we can control the table content using the slicer. Okay, I'll just expand it like this, and now click here, click table, and here it is. The table is empty. Okay, click on any of the column. Let's say we will click on profit and category column, category and the sum of profits. Now the table is visible. Okay. Okay, I'll click here. First I'll increase the font. It's not quite visible. Click here. Now click format your visual, values. Okay, values font. I'll set it to 17. Okay, and now it's visible. I'll drag it and let's say, okay, it's fine now. I'll click here again and go to format your visual, column headers. I'll set it to 17 and I'll set the background color to black and the text color to white for the header, so that it's easily visible. Now everything is visible. Okay, category with sum of profit and the category from our slicer. Go here, click on the slicer. There is no data here. Now what we will do? Now we will add some more columns to the slicer. Click on it and select the state also from here. Here it is. Now it will add a drop down. You can see. Now we added a drop down to each category in the slicer. Now the states drop down is visible because we selected the state column. I'll click on the drop down, let's say accessories, and you want to check the profits for the accessories category in the state of New Mexico. So select it, and you can see we filtered it using a slicer. The sum of profits are visible. Similarly, go uncheck this, go here, let's say I want for arts category for a specific state, let's say New Mexico, and here it is, it's visible. Or let's say you want for California, and here it is visible. So in this way guys, we can easily filter our records with slicer. We created a table and a slicer to easily filter our records. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can select multiple values from a slicer. Let's see. So guys, we can easily select multiple values from a slicer by pressing the control key on the keyboard with the mouse click. Let's say for example selecting multiple states. Okay. Or as an alternative, we can set the multi-select option also, so that we don't need to click control again and again. Let us see both the methods. So we created a slicer and we added a table and filtered our records. Okay, I'll try to select multiple records. Let's say I want for New Mexico and Washington. I'll click, but it will vanish New Mexico, because you cannot select multiple categories in this way. You just need to use the control key on your keyboard and click. Let's say I want for Washington. Now I want for New Mexico. So it's visible here both. I want also for California, let's say. And in this way we can select multiple categories using the control. Okay. So guys, we saw how we can easily select multiple values from a slicer by just pressing the control key with the mouse click. That's it. There is also an alternative option. I'll just uncheck them. I'll just select, let's say, California. So guys, now we will see the multi-select option. Click on your slicer and then go to format your visual here. Here and go to slicer settings, and here and select selection, and you can just switch it off so that you can directly multi-select it off. And now I'll try to do it. Let's say for California and Washington, it's enabled now. For New Mexico, it's enabled now, and the sum of profit is visible for the art category. So guys, we saw how we can use two methods easily to select multiple options. Okay, this works great if you want to select multiple values from a slicer. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see how we can set a chart with slicer. We will create a donut chart. Let's see. So guys, a donut chart is like a pie chart that looks like a donut. Okay, as you can see here, it is a circular graphical representation of data that displays how different categories contribute to a whole. Okay, it is a circular shape with a hollow center, as you can see. The segments or slices represents categories just like your pie chart. The size of each slice is proportional to its value, and the total goes to 100% just like your pie chart. So we will create a donut chart with a slicer. So let us see the types of donut charts also. A simple donut chart will display a single series. If you want to show a hierarchical data with nested categories, use the multi-level. The interactive donut charts will allow the user to hover click on it to get more information, like drilling down to display more information. You can also create a 3D donut chart that displays data in 3D format. Now let us see an example to create a donut chart with a slicer in Power BI. So we already created this. Okay, category wise, I'll just uncheck them, and we have our table here with the slicer. Okay, I'll just drag it here and drag it here. Okay, and these were all our columns. We created the table with category and sum of profit, and slicer for state. Now let us create a chart. What you need to do, go to visualizations, go here. Okay, here and click on donut chart. Okay, now click on it and select sum of profit and state from here, the columns. That's it. I'll first click here and go to format your visual values, and I'll change the font, let's say 14. It's visible now. Now I'll click here again and select category appliances. Okay, now I'll go to appliances. Let's say here it is. Go inside it and select and unselect any specific category. Let's say I just unselected it, or I'll select completely. Select for a specific state like this. Okay, I'll select this, format, labels, values, 13. I'll just drag it here and I'll just, okay, that's fine now. Now it's visible. I'll also drag it here. Now our chart is visible easily. And now you can work around and check your donut chart. Let's say I'll uncheck it again, and this is visible for all the categories. Okay, for a specific category I'll change again. Let's say for chairs, I'll select, and it changed and it updated based on chairs. in the following state. Let's say I want only for New Mexico and Washington. So here it is visible. Okay. Colorado, California, Arizona. Okay, Arizona. It's visible here. So in this way, guys, we can easily set a chart with a slicer. We created a donut chart. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see what is data transformation in Power BI. Okay. So let's say you're uploading an Excel file and the data is not clean. So you can usually clean the data, fix the missing values, fix the duplicate values using the data transformation concept. Let's see. With this, you can easily rename columns or tables. You can easily set the first row as headers, change the type or change text to numbers, remove any row or columns. Okay. As you know, in Power BI, we can upload our data from various sources like Excel workbook, from the web, even from SQL, from text, CSV, and many other sources. While uploading, Power BI gives you an option to transform your data, or you can achieve this using other methods also. So we will see both of them. First, let us upload a new Excel file as a data source and try to transform it. Okay. So here is a Power BI. Now we will upload a new data source. First, I'll go to File and click New Blank Report. Now here it is. To upload your data, click Get Data here and Excel Workbook. And herein you can upload your Excel file. Let's say I'll upload store_raw. Herein you can see, select your workbook and here you have your transform data option. Okay. You can directly load, but you also have this transform data option. When you click this, your Power Query editor will open. I'll click it. Here it is, Power Query editor. And you can see the steps it applied for transformation. Okay, it promoted the headers and changed the type. As an alternative, you can also see, we can go to Power BI desktop and select the transform data option on the home tab. Let's see. Here and you can directly go to home tab and here your transform data option is visible. You can click here. Okay. And here was our Power Query editor. You can also click transform here and find all the options to transform your data. Now let us close this project and we will start Power BI again to see an example related to data transformation by promoting headers. Okay, let's see. We will load a new Excel file and after loading it, we will transform it. Okay, by going to the home tab and clicking transform data. You can open Power BI from the desktop shortcut or go to start, type Power BI, open it. Click blank report. Now click get data, Excel workbook, and this file we will use region.xlsx. Click open. Now click the location and this was our file, column 1, column 2. Click load. Okay, you can see first it is not taking the columns. So what I'll do, I'll click on transform data. Now I'll click transform data here, and herein I'll click transform and use first row as header. Now here it is. Okay. Now we reached here, click apply changes. Now here it is. We have our columns here perfectly. So we transform the data also. So we saw how we can work around the transform data option to transform our data, promote our headers, change the type. So in the next lesson we will see this further and group the rows. We will also pivot the columns and also learn how to create custom columns under the data transformation concept. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can easily group rows in Power BI. This is a part of data transformation in Power BI. Let's see. So with Power BI you can easily group the values from multiple rows in a single value. With the Power Query editor, we saw the same in the last lesson also. In this lesson we will get the count by grouping from raw data. So this will be our input file. Let's see. So I'll go to file, click blank report. Now let us load the data again and understand the concept. I'll load the store underscore raw file. Again go to get data. So I am showing the steps again. Click Excel workbook. Now select store underscore raw dot Excel SX. Here and go to your workbook MyMart, and here it is. Instead of load I'll click transform data so that I can clean the data. This will also open the Power Query editor. In this way we can also group the rows. I'll click transform data. Here it is. You can see Power Query editor. Here and let's say I'll select the category column. So here is our category. I'll click here. Now I click group by. This will calculate the number of orders for each category. Okay. Now we have this section. The dialog box for group by will open. You can add more categories here. This is the basic one. It will group by category and the new column name would be count. You can also change it. This new column will group the rows and display you the count of orders for each category. Okay, you can also change the operations from here like count rows, sum, average, but I'll keep the default because we need to count it. Okay, and the new column would be count. Okay, and here it is. You can see we have 116 orders in the labels category. Furnishings we have 304 orders. This is how we transformed the data and used group by so that we can count the rows, that is orders based on each category. The changes are also visible. We grouped the rows. Okay, let me save it by going to here file, save as, and I'll save it as, let's say, Amit grouped rows .pbix. It will automatically add as a Power BI file. Save. So guys, we successfully grouped the rows. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can use the pivot columns concept for data transformation. So you can pivot columns and create a table that contains aggregated values for each unique value in a column. Let's see. So pivot on columns is like converting columns to rows. We will get the data and then perform the pivot column operation. Okay, this will display aggregated values for each unique value in a column. So our input file will be profit.xlsx. So let's see. So this is our new project under Power BI. Now I'll get data, click on get data, and I'll click Excel workbook. So let's say we will work on the profit.xlsx file. Right click and open it. We will first view it. So it is having your profits based on months for 3 years, 2022, 23 and 24. So we will pivot the column, okay, so that we can arrange them. We can aggregate the values. Let's see. I'll close, select. Now it will open. Select the workbook, store profit, which I have just shown you. Click transform data so that we can transform the data. Now here it is, guys. This is our data. Now we will transform it. We will perform the pivot operation. Okay, so I'll just click here. Now we have selected this and I'll click pivot column. Now here you can see the values column is profit. Keep it as it is. Okay, and I'll just click OK. Now what will happen? Use the names in column month to create new columns, and the values column here is profit. Okay, click OK. After that you will understand what we did. So now we have our values with the pivot operation. That means now we have our values according to the year. Now the rows are grouped by years, the opposite of what we saw before. A separate column is now visible for each month. Okay. We have the pivoted column now and it's visible here. We performed it. On the right it's visible under query settings. You can delete if you want. You can click the cross to delete this step. I'll save it, file, save as. Let me save it as Amit pivoted columns .pbix. It will automatically add. That means the Power BI file. Click save. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can create custom columns under data transformation, operate on multiple columns and place the result in a new column called a custom column. Let's see. Here we will operate on multiple columns and we will see the previous example only. Okay, that was our input file profit.xlsx. So we will be creating a custom column. We will also apply a formula on our custom column, okay, to get profits based on quarters. Let's see. So guys, this was our file. In this we performed the pivot and we pivoted the column. Now the results are visible based month wise. Now let us create a custom column. Click add column. Now here guys, click custom column. So consider first quarter as from January to March in a year. We will display the result of quarter 1 profit in the new column. I'll rename. Okay, from the available columns, we will click insert to drag the January, February and March columns. First select or you can also type here. I'll just click here and click insert. Okay, here it is. Now you can type plus and drag February like this, click and insert. Now March, click and insert. Now we have our formula here for the first quarter profit. That's it. No syntax errors have been detected. Click OK. Now you have your new column, custom column. Herein only the profit of quarter one is visible. In this way you can also add profits for other quarters. Okay, what we did, it's 2200 here. We just added the first three values. January 490 plus 690 plus 1020 is the first quarter for 2022. 1090, 1230 and 1189 is the first quarter for 2023, and this is what we have added to display here. This works similarly for the last year also, 2024. So in this way guys, we can create a custom column also easily. We have displayed the quarter profits for each year. Under the applied steps also the added custom is visible. That means custom column. So now what we can do, we can go to file and click save as also, as in okay, let's say I'll mention Amit custom columns, and I'll click save, apply. Save. Okay, we have fixed it, Amit custom columns. Okay, so in this way guys, we created a custom column and we added a result which is better than the previous one because we have shown the profit based on a quarter. Similarly, you can add profits for other quarters. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand what is DAX in Power BI. So it is data analysis expressions. Consider it as a collection of functions, operators and constants to create calculations and data models in Power BI. So let us see its features, data types and other concepts. Okay, so it is a formula expression language in Power BI. You can perform calculations like arithmetic, statistical and logical. You can also define relationships. Okay, analyze and summarize the data using its functions. So it has the following two data types mainly. The numeric ones are the following, and it also includes your string and binary objects. DAX enables you to create custom calculations in Power BI. Okay, it includes your calculated columns concept. The common DAX functions are the following, like you must have seen these functions before also. For logical, we always have if, and, or, not. Aggregation, sum, average to find the average, to find the sum. Date, time. Okay. Text. Okay, text includes our concatenation and other such functions. So you can easily add the following calculations like calculated tables, columns and measures. Okay, create calculated tables easily in Power BI. Let's say we want to combine some tables, then the calculate tables concept would be useful. This will allow you to display the students who got maximum marks in a subject using the calculated tables concept. Then we have the calculated columns concept. Okay, you can easily add a new column to your table using this concept. It calculates results by using DAX. And the DAX measures in the end. This is used for data analysis. So in the upcoming lessons, we will understand these concepts one by one. So guys, in this video we saw what is DAX, its importance, its features, what data types it includes, and what are the common DAX functions and concepts. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will understand what is the calculated tables concept in DAX. We will also see an example. Let's see. So we can easily create calculated tables in Power BI. Okay. Consider them as virtual tables created using DAX. So calculated tables would allow you to combine data from multiple tables, perform calculations and aggregations. You can also create new data sets for analysis and visualization. You can also summarize data by grouping or aggregating, merge data from multiple tables. Okay. Also enhances data modeling and relationships. Okay, some of its use cases include you can summarize data by grouping or aggregating. You can easily merge data from multiple tables. Okay, you can create custom data sets for specific analysis. The benefits, it improves your data analysis, also improves data modeling, reduces data duplication, and in turn leads to better performance. So we will see an example. We will create calculated tables. Okay. The input file, we will create a table instead. The input would be our own table. We will combine the tables. Let's see the example. So we will open Power BI. You can click on the desktop shortcut. Okay, you can click on the desktop shortcut or go to start, type Power BI and open it. Click open. Click blank report. Now herein let us enter the data. First we will create a new table. Here click enter data. Now I'll create the table manually. I'm adding the columns student, subject and marks plus subject, marks. Okay. Now I'll add some values to each of the columns. So I've added 3 columns and 4 rows data. I'll name the table, let's say coding students. Now I'll just click load. Now the first one will load. Now the first table is loading. 4 rows loaded. Okay. Okay, on the right you can see under the data you have your first table. Now click enter data again and create the second table. This will be our management students table. The first one was coding students. I'll add student. Click the plus sign, subject and marks, same but for different table. Now let us add the values for the second table. So we have added the values, 3 rows, 3 columns. I'll name the table management students. Okay. Click load. Now we have 2 tables. Both the tables are visible. Okay, on the right you can see coding students table 1 and management students table 2. To combine both the tables, that is under the calculated tables concept. Now we will reach the table view. For that click here, table view, and here it is. Now the tables are visible 1 and 2. What we will do to combine, click table tools, this one. And now we will create new table by clicking here. Now the formula bar will also open. We need to add the DAX expression now here. Okay, so let me add it. Total students is equal to union of, it will automatically show you the coding students when I'll type this quote. Here it is. You can add coding students, comma, quote again, and it will show the last one, management students. That's it. Now close it. And the new table's name would be total students. Okay. So this is the query we added for DAX. That is DAX expression. Press enter. And now you can see we have combined our tables together. Okay. and we can save it also. We can directly click here, save, and it will save it. Let's say I'll name it Amit DAX Calculated Tables. .pbix is the extension for your Power BI file. Okay, now I'll click save and it will save. Okay, now you can see the new table is visible. This is the result of both the above two tables. So guys, we saw how we can work around DAX calculated tables concept to combine tables. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand the calculated columns concept in DAX, and we will also see an example. Let's start. So calculated columns, consider them as virtual columns, okay, that is added to an existing table using data analysis expressions, that is DAX. You can easily perform calculations on existing data. You can also enhance your data modeling and relationships with it. These are the columns that you add to a data model in Power BI. These columns are computed from other data in your data model, allowing you to create new data points based on existing ones. They are created using formulas and are not considered a part of the original data source. Here are the features. You can add it to existing tables. It can be used in your filters also. The use case is you can calculate profit margins, extract the date parts. Let's say you want to extract year from a date. You can do it with calculated columns. You can also combine text columns and also create custom categorizations. Now we will see an example. Okay, we will use DAX to add a new column to a table with the calculated columns concept. So let us load an Excel file first and work on an example for calculated columns. We will add a new column to our table. You can open Power BI from the desktop shortcut or go to Start, type Power BI, open it. Click blank report. Now click get data, Excel workbook, and this file we will use region.xlsx. Click open. Now click the location, and this was our file, column 1, column 2. Click load. Okay, you can see first it is not taking the columns. So what I'll do, I'll click on transform data. Now I'll click transform data here, and herein I'll click transform and use first row as header. Now here it is. Okay, now we reached here. Click apply changes. Now here it is. We have our columns here perfectly. So we transform the data also. Okay, now we will add a new column. We will right click here, location, and click new column. Remember, calculated columns are created and displayed in report view, data view, or model view by clicking the new column like this. Click on the new column. Now your formula bar will be visible. Here it is. Now column is equal to, I'll type like this. Now press enter. After that mention and. We are mentioning the comma here like this, and here mention the state. That's it. Now when you will press enter, it will create a new column. press enter, and you can see the new column is visible. It's visible on the right also. The symbol is also visible. The column text in the formula can be replaced with whatever name you want for the new column. So here we mentioned column. This is your new column name. You can mention anything. We can also rename it later. Let's say I'll right click now and click rename here and type city state just to represent, and now we have renamed it. Now what you can do, go to visualizations pane like this, and here and click on the table. Here it is. Now here is your table, and just select the city state, and the table is now visible. Okay. You can click and go to here format visual. Go to visuals, and herein I'll increase the font size to, let's say, 13 so that it's visible. Okay. Here it is. Now you can save it. Click here. Okay, .pbx is the Power BI file extension. Okay, click save. Now it will save. Here it is, we saved it. So in this way, guys, we can work around the calculated columns concept to add a new column. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will understand what are DAX measures in Power BI. We will also see an example. So these are used for data analysis in Power BI. Okay, you can consider them as dynamic calculations to perform complex data analysis. These can be used to analyze and visual data in Power BI reports. It calculates on existing data, can be used in your tables also, and can be reused across reports. So herein we will see an example and calculate the value of the new measure on our monthly profit.xlsx file. So let us see an example. So you can either click on the desktop shortcut or go to start, type Power BI and open it. Click blank report. Now click get data and click Excel workbook to load your file. Here and I'll select monthly profit. Right click and open it. Let us see what it is having. Here it is, only the month and the profit, that's it. And the Excel workbook name is profit by month. I'll click open. Now select your workbook, and here is the same file I have just shown you. Click load. Now it will load. Now go to the data, and your file is visible here. Excel file with the two columns, month and sum of profits. Okay, now first go to the visualizations pane and click the table. Here it is. Select both of them so that it gets added to the table. Here it is. Let us first format it. I'll click here. Let's say I'll drag here. This looks fine. Now after selecting this, go to format your visual values, and herein set the size. I'll set it to 15, and now it's visible. Or I can directly go here, go to presets, style presets, under visual, and select bold header. Now also this looks fine. Select it and format visual values, and 17. Select it Okay, go to column headers and set it to 17. Now this looks fine. Now it's visible. Here it is. Click new measure. Where it is? Here. Add the formula. Here we will set the projected profit. It's written measure. First change it to projected profit. Okay. Okay, now mention the sum function. This is the DAX function. Under that mention profit by month, and within that the profit value. I'll just multiply it by 2. Close the sum and just multiply it by 2. I'm just projecting the profit to be double. Okay. The reference table is profit by month. The reference column is profit in the profit by month. That is the following. That's it. And all this is going from the following table. The details are here. Press enter. And the projected profit is visible. Now you can see the calculator sign is visible. So this is your measure. Okay. Click here. That's it. Now we have our projected profit also. That means we have selected the columns and created a table with the projected profit column as well now. Using the same 2 columns and the projected profit column, we will create a clustered column chart. Click here, clustered column chart. Here it is. Click here and select all the 3 values, and this will create our clustered column chart. Okay, you can check here. So in this way guys, we can easily work around the DAX measure. So we added a new column and used the DAX to project the profit. We added a new column. Okay. The projected profit we have set just for a sample to twice the current profit. Okay. Now I'll save it. Click here, save. I'll name it Amit DAX measure. Okay. .pbx is the Power BI file. No problem. Click save, and we have saved it. So guys, in this way we can work with the DAX measure. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will understand what is a report in Power BI. We will also understand the structure of a report. Let's see. So till now we have created some reports in Power BI. If you remember, we added some pages to the reports. Okay, so you can relate it with this. A Power BI report has at least one report page. So in some of the projects we added a single page, and in some we added multiple pages. Okay. Reports can have multiple pages. Consider that each and every page is having a report object. So we added some visuals to our pages. Consider them as report objects. Okay. You can also relate it with an Excel worksheet. Just like we added a page, we can also delete it. We can rename the pages, and we can also change its position, just like we do in Excel. If you are creating a report, it should also have the first page as a summary. Okay, because let's say later on you will be publishing the report, then the first page obviously should be your topics or what this report will be having. Consider adding a high level summary on the first page, and the rest of the pages will have all other details. As I said before, a single report can have multiple pages. We can change the page size, the page background and information and other stuff. In the upcoming lessons, we'll be creating and publishing a report in Power BI. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson, we will see how we can create and publish a report in Power BI. For that, we'll be using Power BI service. So the report will be published from your Power BI desktop to Power BI service. Let's see. Create a report and publish it to the Power BI service. We'll publish a report from the desktop to service. This is what I said. Okay, previously we saw what is a report. A report can have multiple pages. Consider that the first page will have the summary of the report. Okay, we will also see how we can publish and export a report in different formats. Let's see. First we'll open Power BI. Go to Start, type Power BI, click Open. Now let us open one of our previous projects. We can click Open here, or we can directly go here and click our file Amit_Power BI. Click on it. Now we opened it. So here we were having multiple pages. Okay, you can check God chart, column chart, cards. So let us publish this only. Okay, so first what I'll do, I'll create a new page by clicking here and I'll type, let's say lessons or summary. Okay, and I'll drag it here on the first one. Now let us write the summary. I'll click here first and go to format your report page, and here I'll click page information. Name is fine. You can allow a tooltip also. Canvas settings, click on it. Type is fine. Vertical alignment fine. Background. Let me add the following background. Transparency. Okay. We can make it a lighter one also again. Let's say the following. Okay. I'll add a text box here. Now I'll add a text here. My Supermart report. I'll select and let's say 40. This looks fine. Or my store report. Okay, I can click and take it to the center. This looks fine. Now I can add the sections also. I'll take a text box. Okay, now let us add the topics. Okay, first let us increase the font. 32. I'll write God chart. Then we created a column chart. Cards, tables, filters and slicers. Okay, we can also add the background here. Click here, go here, properties you can change, position also, title you can also set, effects, let's say the background color. I'll now change it to the following. Okay, you can change the transparency from here. Okay, now that's it. Now we have added a basic summary. You can also change the background color here. So let's say I'll just click and go to effects and change the background color. Okay, fine. Now I'll select this here and I'll select font color white. Now this looks fine. Okay, so generally we have these pages in our report. So reports basically have a grid-like structure wherein generally you can add 12 different sections. Since we created these projects before, so I'll be directly showing you how a report will look when we'll publish it. So I am here. You can now directly click publish to publish it. Now, do you want to save your changes? Save. Now it will ask your email address. I'll be adding my work email address. Continue. You don't seem to have an account. Okay, to sign up for an account, click here. I'll click here, let's say. Now it will take us to the sign up under Microsoft Fabric. What kind of email is this? I got it from my organization. Okay, click next. Now create your account. You can add your number. Text, I'll first select India. I'll first select my country, then the phone number. This is only for verification. It's written. Click send verification code. So we got the code. I'll type it. Okay, now go below here and you can click verify. Now create your password. Also, it will send a verification code to your email ID. So let me check my email ID. Add the code, verification code. That's it. And we have created the password also. If you want, you can click here. Click next. Okay, you need to also add your name and everything else. Country India. Business phone number. That's it. Now go below and I'll select this also. Click next. Now this is your username. Your email ID is your username. Click get started. Now it will open your Power BI service. Now here it is. Now here you can see the workspace is visible. I'll click and here is my workspace. You can create a new workspace here. I just clicked on it and click got it. Okay, now I'll go to my Power BI. Click continue. Now click publish and it will ask you to enter the same email ID. Click continue. Enter the same email ID and password. Click sign in. Click OK. Click done. Now you can see we have logged in. So you can select a destination for this report. You can directly click my workspace because we were having this workspace. We can also create a workspace later on. So consider workspace as a place, as a folder which will include your reports. You can also create a new folder within your workspace. So I'll just keep the default and I'll click this and click select. Now it is publishing from Power BI to Power BI service. Success. You can directly open it from here. Now your Microsoft Fabric will open your report. Here it is. We created a report and we published a report from here. Okay, that is from our Power BI desktop to Power BI service after login. Now you can also see here let's say I'll go to slicers, and you can see the report is interactive online also. Let's say I'll just click on accessories to get sum of profits by state according to, let's say, accessories category. You can see it is interactive. I'll just remove them, and you can see it is interactive. Okay, so your exact report is here. Okay, you can also edit it from here directly. Okay, so guys, we saw that whatever we published from our Power BI desktop to service is interactive in a similar way. Okay, you can also check here. Okay, like this. Now I'll click on export. I'll directly click on PDF, let's say. Export with current values and click export. Now let's see what will happen. It will open. It will export to PDF. Now PDF is visible. Here it is. Okay, you can click here and find it here. Click on it to open, and here is your PDF. Okay, we just created a demo and it has shown us the first page summary. Second was God chart. The third was your column chart, and in this way we created it. Okay, and the last one was the following in a PDF format. Okay, so in this way you can also export it in PowerPoint. Okay, here is the notification. You can check. We just created our PDF file. This is your My Workspaces, and it will include your current one. You can also create workspaces here by clicking here and selecting new workspace here. So here, click got it. Here we can also add some stuff. Let's say we added this here, my store report, and we can also add a text box here like God chart or slicers. Okay, similarly in a similar way by clicking text box, and it will get added here. Okay, it will show you because we already signed in. Let me click here, Power BI service, and it will open the same. Okay, and below you have your workspace, the first one which you created under My Workspace, Amit Power BI project. Okay, so in this way guys, we saw how to create a report, then we published it. We worked on the free version only, and then we also saw how we can export, and we also saw how we can go from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. We also exported a report in PDF using the free version only. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can create a dashboard from a report. So let's see. So guys, this was a report. We clicked publish and logged in, and that actually created a report here, and that published a report here under Power BI service. Now you would be wondering how to create a dashboard. So let's say I'll go to our report, and let's say I went here slicers. Let's say you want to add any of these to the dashboard. So let's say I'll be selecting a donut chart here, and also this slicer, and the table also. Okay, so what I'll do, let's say I'll just click here, and the pin is visible here, pin visual. Click, and it will give you an option to pin to dashboard. Okay, so we don't have a dashboard right now, so I'll just type my dashboard. Okay, and click pin. This is your dashboard location. You can click, and your dashboard will now have your donut chart. Okay, now similarly we can go to our Power BI again, and I'll also add this. This was a table interactive with our slicer and donut chart. So I'll just click pin. It will again ask me to existing dashboard. Yes, click pin. You can go here later. Okay, so now we can also add other options. Let's say we can also add this. Okay, this will give you an option to pin. So guys, in this way we can easily create a dashboard. So to reach the dashboard now, click here, my dashboard, and here is your dashboard. Okay, now if you'll click any of the chart here, so let's say I clicked here, it will take you to the source. So obviously we took it from here, right? Now if you want to again reach, click the dashboard, and here you are. Now when you'll go to my workspace, you have your filters here. If you want dashboards or only reports, so the dashboard is visible here. I'll just select dashboard and only the dashboard is visible. Okay, here it is. In this way you can add multiple charts also from your report. So guys, we saw how we can create a dashboard from a report only. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can subscribe to report in Power BI. We will also see what does it mean. So let's see. So we created this report. Okay, under our my workspace we were having a report. Okay, so let's say you want to share it. So I'll click here subscribe to report, and you can see what does it mean. You can access reports shared by your colleagues. You can also share your dashboards and reports with others, with your colleagues, let's say anywhere around the world. Okay, you can also view the data on the mobile app. It is a free trial for 60 days, so I'll just click try free. Okay, it's available for free now, you can see. Okay, till the following, that is 2 months. Click got it. Now here click subscribe to report. Let us create a subscription now. Click on the button. You can add the name of the subscription. I'll mention report, let's say, or weekly report. Recipients you can add here. It is by default added my email ID. You can add other names also. Attach, you won't be able to attach. You can see you need to upgrade to the paid version, that is the Power BI Premium, to attach the report. Not a problem. Repeat, you can repeat daily, or I guess weekly would be fine. Okay, select a day. Let's say I'll mention Monday. Time you can set, let's say 10 a.m. 10 a.m. weekly every Monday. Time zone, it's in India. You can change accordingly. Click more options. You can set the email subject also. Let's say weekly report, sales, or based on your data. Okay, attached is the weekly sales report. Report page, which one you want to send? Let's say I'll send the slicers. Rest keep as it is, and click save first. After saving, all the subscriptions will be visible here. You can again edit. Okay, and that's it. You have enabled it. For new subscription, you can click here. Now we have our subscription here. Let me create a subscription and I'll send an email quickly. Click new subscription. Let us keep it as it is, and recipient is the default. You can select the start date and end date. Let us keep the default. Repeat daily, for example 6:45. Time zone you can change later, and under more options you can set the email subject. I'll say daily reports. Okay, and dear team members or dear all, you can mention anything. Attached is the sales report, and which page you want to send. Let's say I'll send the slicers only. and after that I'll click save. And now you have 2 subscriptions and the trial is for 2 months. Okay, so guys, these were our subscriptions. Let me change the time. It was 6:45, right? I'll click edit, and now it was 6:45 daily. It was 6:45 daily. I'll set 7 p.m. Okay, I'm just giving an example. You can also set the start date and end date by clicking here, calendar. Okay, since we are under the free version, we won't be able to attach it. Okay, everything we discussed, repeat daily, let's say, time zone also. Okay, and these were having the more options. Dear team members, attached is the sales report. Now you can see send now is not visible because we need to save it. Now click edit, and now you will be able to send it. So it will reach at 7 p.m. today. Let's see. And it will be sent to only a single email ID right now. You can add your colleagues' email IDs here under the recipients section. I'll just click send now, and subscription sent. Now at exactly 7 p.m. you will get the email regarding this subscription. That is a report also. Let's see. We got an email. The heading was the same. The heading we set before, daily reports, and it is from Power BI. It was having a heading slicers, and this was the text, okay, for the report. And now your colleagues can directly click here and open report in Power BI. Okay, and every other detail is visible. So in this way, guys, we can easily set subscriptions. You can close this and all your subscriptions are now visible. Okay, we have set 2 of them, one weekly and one daily. Okay, we could have added any of the pages, or we could have changed it on weekly basis or even daily basis or monthly basis. We could have easily changed it on hourly basis, daily, weekly or monthly basis. So this is how we can use the subscriptions options for 2 months even with the free plan. After that you need to pay. Thank you for watching the video. In this lesson we will see how we can easily update Power BI. Let us see. First we'll open Power BI, go to start, type Power BI, and here it is, Power BI desktop. Click open. Now here it is. You can go to about here, and under about your current version is visible 2.129. Now we need to update it. Okay, minimize, go to start, on Google type download Power BI and press enter. Here it is, first link, click on it, microsoft.com. Now here in always the current version will be visible. Select the language, click download. I'll click the first one and I'll click download. 544 MB, let's wait. We have downloaded it. I'll click on it, minimize. It's written close it. I'll close it. Retry. Next. You can select the language, then click next. Click next. I accept, click next, and here is the location. Now you can see it is showing the path. It is the same path which we already have. Here it is, C drive, program files, and here it is Microsoft Power BI desktop. Okay, the older version. Minimize and click next. Create a desktop shortcut. Okay, click install. Now let us see what will happen. Here you can see guys, now we can click finish and it will launch it, or we can also click here to open it. Finish. Now you can see everything is the same, all my files are still visible here. Okay, so we updated it. I'll click about now, and it was 2.129. Okay, you can set the appearance also. I'll keep it as it is and click below. Okay, I'll click cross and it's 2.138. Okay, we updated it successfully. Click close. So everything is the same. You can see my recent files are also visible. So you can easily update it like this by downloading it from the official website itself. Guys, if you liked the video, you can directly go to our channel and support us by subscribing and joining. Click on the join button. Herein you can support us, okay, by clicking join here. And you can also go to any of our video, okay, herein click on the three dots and click thanks. You can also directly support us here. Okay, thank you for watching.